Well, hard luck, Jessica. What made Anastasia just such a tricky opponent today for you out there?
Yeah, it was a weird match for me. I felt like, I had total control and then I just played a couple terrible games for like 3 games. And then that kind of totally flipped the momentum of the match and I went from being up a set in 2-0 to being down very quickly. And I just didn't feel like I maybe made her earn that at that point. I think I kind of gave that away. And then, when you let people back into a match, they can play really well. And then I feel like the third set, she played really good. But yeah, so I think I was more annoyed with my performance in the middle of that second set.
Great. First question, we'll start at the front.
Hi, Jessica. How do you describe the 2 games where you had like one we had 4 break opportunities, the other one you had like 3? What do you think happened in those 2 games?
Was that in the beginning of the third or?
Well, yeah, end of second and third,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, she played a couple good points. I don't really remember all of them. I think she played a couple good points. Maybe one I missed a couple returns that I feel like I cannot miss in that moment. And, I'm usually pretty good in those points, but I don't know, the last few matches, it's felt like I maybe haven't been as, like consistent kind of in those times where I feel like I can put pressure on someone in a tough moment. And today I just maybe, wish a couple of those at least making the return, or hitting a good return and pressuring her to make her come up with an even better shot. And maybe things would have been differently, but I don't know.
Next question. Yep.
I guess, how do you move forward from this? I mean, U.S. Open's not too far away, and I know it hasn't been the best run of late.
Yeah, hasn't been great, to be honest. I don't really feel like I'm playing great tennis. At times I am, but I feel very up and down, kind of sloppy, which I don't like. It really bothers me. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I don't like having to say that, but I mean, I feel like I've gone through phases of my career, a few tournaments where I feel like that sometimes, and you got to figure out how to get out of it and not, feel sorry for yourself or make excuses. I got to just, I got to figure it out. And you have to do it, in those moments in matches where you're in that moment where, you have to compete and figure things out. And I don't think I've been able to do it great the last couple matches. So hopefully going into Cincy, I think that's definitely going to be my main focus. Every single match is, focusing on those big points and those big games, because I do think I am playing some good tennis to get up in these matches. And I'm playing, there's times where I'm reeling off, 6, 7 really good games and then it kind of falls away. So I got to figure out how to kind of sustain that higher level against these good players.
I guess, did you feel confident coming into this tournament, or were you a bit unsure based on the previous couple tournaments?
No, I feel like I felt pretty confident knowing I like playing here. I've always had good results here. I've come into this tournament before where I haven't felt like I'm playing my best, and I've always been able to kind of somehow figure it out and turn it around. So, I mean, it would have been a little difficult to do that 3 times in a row, but I was hopeful at least that I could win a few more rounds, and it didn't happen, and I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and with my team and like figure out a way where I can kind of feel like can get my game back on track. But I wouldn't say I felt, not confident. I just, did I win DC coming into here? No. So, but at the same time, I've won tournaments and lost first round. So nothing in tennis makes sense sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't matter.